Hey everybody, it's Mama Piggy. Like and subscribe to the channel if you love Mommy and Daddy in 5 seconds. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And write in the comments, what is your favorite character and series in Pig Peppa? Watch it till the end. Enjoy watching.
I'm Peppa Pig. This is my little brother George. This is Mummy Pig. And this is Daddy Pig. Peppa Pig. Mummy Rabbit's bump.
Peppa and George are playing with Susie Sheep and Pedro Pony. Here are Rebecca and Richard Rabbit.
Hello, Rebecca. I've got a secret. What is it? My mummy's got a bump in her tummy. Ooh. Has she eaten too much? No, there's a baby rabbit inside. Mummy Rabbit, is there really a baby rabbit in your tummy?
Yes. Would you like to listen to it?
Yes, please.
Can you hear a little heartbeat?
Yes, I can. It's going boom, boom, boom. Oh, it just moved.
Yes. Sometimes babies give a little kick.
Nay. What will you call it?
I don't know. Would you children like to think of a name?
Yes, please.
Hello, Mummy Rabbit. Would you like a cup of coffee?
I can't have coffee, but I am quite hungry.
Would you like a carrot?
I'm a bit off carrots. Have you got any potatoes?
Yes, we do.
Maybe a potato with jelly and cheese and strawberry jam, please.
Ew.
A potato with jelly, cheese and strawberry jam? What a funny mixture of food.
We need to think of a name for the baby. Yes, if the baby is a girl, she'll be called Rachel Rabbit. Or how about Ruth Rabbit? Roxanne Rabbit. Sharon Rabbit. I don't think so, Pedro. Sharon Rabbit sounds wrong. I like Rosie. Rosie Rabbit. It's perfect. But what if the baby is a boy? Oh. How about Rufus Rabbit? Raymond Rabbit. Michael Rabbit. Michael Rabbit? No! Robbie Rabbit. Yes, Robbie Rabbit.
Thank you for the potatoes with jelly, cheese and strawberry jam, Mummy Pig.
My pleasure.
We thought of a name for the baby. Rosie if it's a girl and Robbie if it's a boy.
They're lovely names.
It's sad that the baby can't have both names.
Oh, my tummy.
It's all that funny food you've been eating.
I don't think so, Daddy Rabbit. The baby is coming.
Right! To the hospital! Quickly now! Don't panic!
Bye.
Bye. Good luck.
Did you pack everything on the list?
I've got it all. Pillows, scented candles, yoga music and enough food for 3 days. Don't panic! Don't panic! Anyone in? We are having a rabbit!
Hello, sister. What are you doing here? I'm having a baby, remember? Oh, yes. You better come inside then.
Can I come too?
Moo! You'll have to park the car first. Don't worry, having a baby always takes a long time.
Out of the way, everyone! My sister's having a baby!
Daddy, you missed all the excitement.
Have I? Is it a boy or a girl?
Both! We've got baby twins!
Wow!
I'm Peppa Pig. This is my little brother George. This is Mummy Pig. And this is Daddy Pig. Peppa Pig. Baby Alexander.
Peppa and George's cousins are coming to visit today.
Mummy, how long before Cousin Chloe is here?
Not long now, Peppa. Baby Alexander is coming too, remember?
Oh, babies cry all the time. They're so noisy.
I'm sure baby Alexander won't be that noisy.
What's that sound?
Is it a car alarm?
Is it a fire engine?
No, it's baby Alexander.
Hello, Peppa. Hello, George. Hello, Cousin Chloe.
Hello, everyone!
Hello, Uncle Pig.
Hello, Auntie Pig.
You remember baby Alexander, don't you, Peppa?
Yes.
Are you staying for a few days?
No, this is what Alexander needs for just one day.
Can't go anywhere without all these baby things.
Oh,
Hello, baby Alexander. He can't talk, Peppa. If he can't talk, then how do you know what he wants?
We guess. I'm guessing he's hungry.
Peppa, would you like to help feed Alexander?
Yes, please.
It is lunchtime for baby Alexander.
Cousin Peppa is going to feed you today, Alexander.
Here you are, baby. Oh, here it is. He keeps turning his head.
Feeding baby Alexander is quite hard.
Watch this. Here comes the aeroplane. Ooh.
Alexander likes it if you pretend the spoon is an aeroplane.
You have a go, Peppa.
Here comes the aeroplane. Open your mouth and in through the doors. Hooray! That was an aeroplane. Can you say aeroplane? I told you he can't talk.
He hasn't even said his first word yet.
Peppa, do you remember what your first word was?
No.
It was Mummy.
I thought Peppa's first word was Daddy.
No, Mummy.
What was George's first word? Dinosaur.
George's first word was dinosaur.
Somebody looks like they had a good lunch.
Yes, bath time, I think.
Baby Alexander is having a bath.
This is Mr. Dinosaur. Can you say dinosaur? Go, go. He can't talk, Peppa. But he will talk one day. Then you'll know what he wants.
What do you want to do now, Alexander?
Go, go. I think he wants to go for a walk.
He can't walk yet, but he can go out in his buggy.
I'm Peppa Pig. This is my little brother George. This is Mummy Pig. And this is Daddy Pig. Peppa Pig. Bedtime.
It is almost bedtime. Peppa and George are just finishing their supper.
Daddy Pig.
Oh, sorry. I'm a bit tired. It's been a long day.
George and I aren't sleepy at all. Can we play in the garden?
But it's almost your bedtime.
Can we play outside for just a tiny bit? Please, Mummy. Please, Daddy.
All right. But you must come in when we call you for your bath. I don't know where they get their energy from.
Peppa and George are playing one last game outside before bedtime.
Look, George. Lots of muddy puddles.
Peppa and George are wearing their boots. They are going to jump up and down in muddy puddles. Peppa loves jumping up and down in muddy puddles. George loves jumping up and down in muddy puddles.
Look! The biggest puddle in the world.
What a huge big puddle.
Peppa! George! Bath time!
Daddy, Mummy, we found the biggest muddy puddle in the world.
I can see that. Quick, into the bath.
Oh, can't we just play outside a bit longer?
No, it's bath time. Are you and George feeling sleepy?
No, Daddy. We are not even a tiny bit sleepy.
Peppa and George might not be sleepy, but I am.
Me too.
Before bedtime, Peppa and George have their bath. Peppa likes splashing. George likes splashing. Peppa and George both like splashing.
That's enough splashing.
Let's get you drying into your pyjamas.
Oh, can't we just stay in the bath a little bit longer?
Bath time is over. Now it's time to clean your teeth.
Before going to bed, Peppa and George brush their teeth.
OK, that's enough brushing. Into your beds.
Oh, I think our teeth need a bit more cleaning.
When you're in bed, Daddy Pig will read you a story.
Hooray!
Peppa and George like stories. When Peppa goes to bed, she always has her teddy tucked up with her. When George goes to bed, he always has Mr. Dinosaur tucked up with him.
Are you feeling sleepy now?
No, Daddy. We need lots and lots of stories.
Daddy Pig will read you one story. Now, which book do you want?
The Red Monkey book.
OK, I'll read you the Red Monkey book.
Peppa and George like the Red Monkey book.
Once upon a time...
Oh, sorry, Daddy Pig.
Once upon a time there was a red monkey. And this red monkey had a bath. And cleaned his teeth. He got into his bed. And soon he fell fast asleep. Good night, Red Monkey.
Peppa and George are asleep.
Good night, Peppa and George. Sleep well.
Now Peppa and George are asleep, Mummy Pig and Daddy Pig are going to watch some television. And now it's time for the amazing Mr. Potato.
I've been looking forward to watching this programme.
The amazing Mr. Potato is always ready for action. He runs fast. He jumps high. He never sleeps. It is bedtime for Peppa and George. And it looks as if it is bedtime for Mummy and Daddy too.
New shoes.
Peppa and George have been playing in the garden.
Peppa, where are your shoes?
Oh, I've lost them.
Well, I'm sure we can find them. Maybe we should try the garden.
Yes!
Everyone is looking for Peppa's shoes. Mummy Pig is looking in the flower bed. Peppa's shoes are not there.
Oh.
Daddy Pig is looking in the wheelbarrow. Peppa's shoes are not there.
Oh.
Peppa and George look in the flower pots. Peppa's shoes are not there either.
Oh.
We've looked everywhere, but we can't find Peppa's shoes.
Peppa's shoes are lost.
Now I haven't got any shoes to wear.
Poor Peppa. Your shoes were getting a bit old. We'll buy you a new pair.
Can my new shoes be red, Mummy?
Of course they can.
George, I'm going to have new red shoes.
Mummy Pig and Peppa are at Miss Rabbit's shoe shop.
Hello, Miss Rabbit.
Hello, Mummy Pig.
We would like to buy some new shoes for Peppa, please.
Red shoes.
Oh, I'm sure we can find you some lovely new shoes, Peppa.
Red ones, please.
Of course. Red ones.
Wow! New red shoes!
George and Daddy Pig are playing drafts.
Oh, well done, George.
Daddy! Look at my new shoes! They're red!
I say, they are red.
Mummy, do you like my new shoes?
Yes, Peppa. They make you look very smart.
George, do you like my new shoes?
Everyone likes Peppa's new shoes.
I like my new shoes so much. I don't want to ever take them off.
It is bath time. Peppa wants to keep her new shoes on, even for her bath. Peppa is in her pyjamas. She still has her new shoes on. Peppa even wants to wear her new shoes in bed.
Peppa, are you sure you don't want to take your shoes off?
I don't want to ever take my new shoes off, Mummy.
Very well. Good night, Peppa and George.
Good night, Mummy. Good night, Daddy.
Good night, my little piggies.
It has been raining all night, and now the garden is very wet. Mummy Pig is wearing her boots. Daddy Pig is wearing his boots. George is wearing his boots. Peppa is still wearing her new red shoes. George is going to play in the wet grass. Oh dear. Peppa loves playing in the wet grass, but she doesn't want to get her new shoes wet.
I can't play in the wet grass, George. Oh.
George loves jumping in muddy puddles. Peppa loves jumping in puddles, but she doesn't want to get her new shoes muddy.
Oh.
Mummy and Daddy love jumping up and down in muddy puddles. Everyone likes jumping in muddy puddles. Where is Peppa going? Peppa is putting on her boots.
Whee! If you jump in muddy puddles, you must wear your boots. I'm Peppa Pig. This is my little brother George. This is Mummy Pig. And this is Daddy Pig. Peppa Pig. George catches a cold.
Today it is raining a little bit.
Peppa, George, put your rain clothes on.
When it rains, Peppa and George must wear their rain clothes.
Yuck!
George does not like wearing his rain hat.
George, you must keep your hat on.
Why?
Because you must keep dry.
Why?
Because you might catch a cold.
Why?
George, do you want to play in the garden? Then keep your hat on.
Come on, George.
Peppa and George are going to jump in muddy puddles.
Yuck!
George does not want to wear his rain hat.
Peppa, George!
Come inside. The rain's too heavy to play in now.
Oh, George, where's your hat?
Achoo!
George has caught a cold.
Achoo!
Oh, poor little George. You don't sound well.
Don't worry. I'll ring Dr. Brown Bear.
Dr. Brown Bear speaking. I see. Put George to bed and I'll be straight round.
Thank you, Dr. Brown Bear. Goodbye.
Will George be taken to hospital and given medicine?
No. George just has to go to bed.
Oh, so George is not really properly ill. Achoo! Ugh, that's disgusting.
Poor George. Let's get you straight to bed.
George, you have to stay in bed for a bit.
No.
George does not want to stay in bed.
Achoo!
George, you have to stay in bed until you are better.
Why?
Because you have to keep warm.
Why?
Because Dr. Brown Bear says so.
Hello, where's my patient? Open wide and say, "Ah."
George is a little bit worried.
Peppa, you're big and brave. Can you show George how to say, "Ah"?
Of course. Ah! Ah!
George has caught a cold.
Does George need medicine?
No, but he can have some nice warm milk at bedtime to help him sleep.
Thank you, Dr. Brown Bear.
You're welcome. Goodbye.
George has been in bed all day. Now it is Peppa's bedtime.
George, are you better? Achoo!
George is not better.
Achoo! George, please don't sneeze so loudly. This is impossible.
George, here's some nice warm milk to help you sleep.
The warm milk makes George feel very, very sleepy.
Good night, my little piggies.
It's so nice and quiet.
It is morning. George has slept very well. George is better.
Come on, everyone. It's a lovely sunny day.
George is wearing his rain hat. He doesn't want to catch another cold.
Oh, George, you don't need to wear your hat.
Why?
Because it's hot and sunny.
Why? George, can you stop saying why all the time? Why?
George certainly is better.
I'm Peppa Pig. This is my little brother George. This is Mummy Pig. And this is Daddy Pig. Peppa Pig. Mr. Dinosaur is lost.
George's favourite toy is Mr. Dinosaur.
Dinosaur.
George loves Mr. Dinosaur.
Grrr.
Sometimes George likes to scare Peppa with Mr. Dinosaur.
Grrr. Too scary.
At supper time, Mr. Dinosaur sits next to George.
I beg your pardon? Was that you, George? Or was it Mr. Dinosaur?
Dinosaur.
At bath time, George shares his bath with Mr. Dinosaur.
Good night, Peppa.
Good night, Mummy.
Good night, George. And good night, Mr. Dinosaur.
Grrr.
When George goes to bed, Mr. Dinosaur is tucked up with him. George's favourite game is throwing Mr. Dinosaur up in the air
Whee!
and catching him when he falls back down.
Whee! Whee!
Peppa and Daddy Pig are playing drafts.
I win, Daddy.
Oh, well done, Peppa. George?
George, what's the matter?
I'm sore.
George, have you lost Mr. Dinosaur?
George has lost Mr. Dinosaur.
Don't worry, George. We'll find Mr. Dinosaur.
It's a job for a detective.
Daddy, what is a detective?
A detective is a very important person who is good at finding things.
Me! I'm good at finding things.
All right, Peppa is the detective.
George, I'm the detective. I will help you find Mr. Dinosaur.
Maybe the detective should ask George some simple questions.
George, where's Mr. Dinosaur?
George does not know where Mr. Dinosaur is.
The detective could try and guess where Mr. Dinosaur might be.
I know where he is. George always has Mr. Dinosaur with him in the bath. So Mr. Dinosaur is in the bath.
Mr. Dinosaur is not in the bath.
Oh. I know where Mr. Dinosaur is. George always has Mr. Dinosaur in his bed at night. See, that's where he is.
Mr. Dinosaur is not in George's bed.
Oh.
Maybe we should try the garden.
Yes, the garden. I was going to say that. Where is Mr. Dinosaur?
Mr. Dinosaur is very hard to find.
Oh, Mr. Dinosaur isn't anywhere.
George, you do love to throw Mr. Dinosaur in the air. I wonder if this time you threw Mr. Dinosaur just a bit too high.
There he is! There he is! I saw him first!
Well done, Peppa. You really are a very good detective.
Dinosaur.
George is so happy to have Mr. Dinosaur back again.
Whee!
Maybe it isn't a good idea to play with dinosaurs near trees.
Dinosaur.